Dash, a network of savers, investors, financial assets, and financial institutions that work together to transfer savings to investment uses. Well picked. Financial system is the correct answer. What differs merchant bank from commercial one? Solid response. Merchant banks deal mainly with businesses is a valid choice. A share of the value of a company, which can be bought, sold, or traded as an investment, and which gives the investor partial ownership of the company. Great job. Stock is the accurate answer. A bond, generally considered to be a risk-free investment, issued by the U.S. Treasury with a maturity of more than 10 years. Strong choice. T-note is the right answer. Which services are offered by a full-service investment bank, but not offered by the investment banking division of a bank? A. Right again. Equity research is a valid answer. The amount you earn as profit from your investment based on your deposited amount, usually expressed as a percentage. Great thinking. Interest rate is the right choice. This type of modern-day investment is a mutual fund designed to grow investments for a specific time frame. Correct response. Target date fund is the most accurate answer. Dash is based on tips, rumors, and hunches, unplanned and without knowledge of the exact nature of risk. Well done. Gambling is the right choice. This type of modern-day investment operates much like a mutual fund, except prices rise and fall all day. Valid point. Exchange fund transfer is true. Which one of the following is shown first when the assets are arranged in the order of their liquidity? Correct. Cash in hand is the right answer. You are serving as a lender to either the government or a corporation with this type of investment. Bravo. Bond is the answer. What is the term for the profit made from selling an investment for more than its purchase price? Smart pick. Capital gain is the correct choice. The average rate of return method of investment appraisal will always select dash. Good job. Your answer, the project with the highest average rate of return, works well here. What division of an investment bank reviews companies and writes reports about their prospects? Exactly. Research makes sense, and it is right choice. A merchant banking is a financial institution conducting money market activities and a lending. On track. All of above is the correct answer. The quantitative techniques used to calculate the financial costs and benefits in investments. Nice work. You chose investment appraisal and it is correct. By what organization do you need approval by before you start working as an investment banker? Who? Smart move. IROC is an accurate answer. The liberalization of Indian banking and regulation was done based on recommendation of dash. You chose Narasimham Committee, and it is correct. Which of the following is not relevant to the use of the NPV method of investment appraisal? You're right. It's expressed as a percentage for easier comparison is the correct answer. Which division of an investment bank provides strategic advice to institutional investors? Nice selection. Financial advisors is the correct and valid answer. Which investment bank had the biggest global market share of revenue as of December 2021?
Nicely done. JP Morgan is a solid answer. In which act it was required commercial banking to be separated from investment banking?
You got it? Your choice Glass-Steagall Act is right.
Which term refers to the numerical value needed to calculate the MPV of an investment?
Clear logic. Your choice discount factor is sound and 100% true.
What is the principal function of investment banks in the financial services industry?
Good thinking. Underwriting, issuing, and trading stocks and bonds is the right answer. What is the role of a licensed broker-dealer in providing investment banking services? Right choice. All of the above is the best answer. Merchant banking activities was originated with the merchant banking division set by. Excellent choice. Grinds-Bays Bank is the right answer. What division of an investment bank earns commissions based on market performance? Perfect. Trading division is the correct choice. Degree of uncertainty on how likely the investor is to make money on an investment. Well reasoned. Risk is the correct choice. What is the traditional service of investment banks that has declined in revenue? Sharp thinking. Securities underwriting is the right choice. Which of the following is not a typical job title for an Islamic investment bank? Excellent. Mechanic is a brilliant choice. Employment of funds with the aim of achieving additional income is known as dash. Good job. Your answer investment works well here. State Bank of India started merchant banking in dash, followed by ICICI in dash. Excellent. 1973, 1974 is a brilliant choice.
This modern-day investment is a digital alternative to traditional currency.
Bravo! Cryptocurrency is the answer. What are the main areas within the markets division of investment banking? Excellent choice. Sales and trading, structuring, and research is the right answer. What is the role of investment bankers in issuing new security offerings? Strong choice. Assisting in raising financial capital is the right answer. What is the primary function of an investment bank's research division? Sharp thinking. To maintain institutional knowledge on various research areas is the right choice. The early growth of merchant banking in the country is assigned to the.
Well picked. Foreign Exchange Regulations Act 1973 is the correct answer.
What are the main activities of the back office in investment banking? Valid point. Settlement, clearance, and record keeping is true. Horse racing, game of cards, lottery are the typical examples of dash. Great job. Gambling is the accurate answer. Which of the following is not necessarily involved in an IPO process? Smart move. Registrar of companies is an accurate answer.
What is the primary responsibility of an investment bank in an IPO?
Well done. Publishing a prospectus for investors is the right choice. Which activities fall under the front office of investment banking? Solid response. Investment banking and markets is a valid choice. Which of the following is outside the purview of investment class? Well reasoned. Current account deposits is the correct choice.
What is a potential conflict of interest in investment banking?
Great thinking. Sharing information between divisions is the right choice.
The payback period will always select the investment that.
Nice work. You chose returns the cost of investment first, and it is correct.
How many hours average does an investment banker work per week?
Clear logic. Your choice 105 hours is sound and 100% true.
The following are examples of global investment banks, except.
Right choice. Citibank is the best answer.
The following are all methods of investment appraisal, except.
Exactly. Balance sheet return makes sense, and it is right choice.
Which of the following is considered as risk-free investment?
You chose treasury bills, and it is correct. What is the purpose of a Chinese wall in investment banking? On track. To prevent conflicts of interest is the correct answer.
Which type of investment typically carries the highest risk?
You got it. Your choice stocks is right.
Which would be considered the highest risk investment type?
Perfect. Stock is the correct choice.
In terms of business accounts and finance, an investment is.
Nicely done. Purchasing new capital equipment is a solid answer.
For what kind of transactions are demat accounts necessary?
Smart pick. For trading in shares of companies is the correct choice.
Formal merchant banking activity in India was originated in.
Correct. 1969 is the right answer.
An English language teacher and an investment banker both.
Correct response. Help people is the most accurate answer.
Which types of banks are involved in investment banking?
You're right. Investment banks, pension funds, and trusts is the correct answer.
Provider of a very standardized service. This refer to.
Nice selection. Commercial bank is the correct and valid answer.
Which of the following is not a global investment bank?
Right again. Wells Fargo is a valid answer.
As per which act, holidays are provided in the banks?
Good thinking. Banking Regulation Act is the right answer.
International Investment Banking Operational System?
Correct. All answer is the right answer.
The time period in investment is intended to last.
Correct response. Term is the most accurate answer.
What is the primary purpose of corporate finance?
Valid point. Leveraging debt financing for different projects is true. What is the primary role of a financial analyst? You're right. Advising companies on investment opportunities is the correct answer.
What are the core investment banking activities?
Well reasoned. Corporate finance, sales and trading, and research is the correct choice.
The market value of a share is responsible for.
Excellent choice. The investment market is the right answer.
What is the main role of an investment bank?
Nicely done. Managing complex financial transactions is a solid answer.
Merchant banking in India is governed by.
strong choice. SIBI is the right answer.
Dash refers to an intangible investment.
You chose security, and it is correct. World Investment Report is published by. Solid response. UNCTAD is a valid choice. What are the division of back office? Nice selection. Operations Department is the correct and valid answer.
Which investment makes one a lender?
On track. Investment in debenture is the correct answer.
Real estate investment means.
Right again. All of these is a valid answer. Financial investment is the smart move. Employment of funds in securities to earn returns is an accurate answer. What is investment banking?
Nice work. You chose it is a type of banking, and it is correct.
Investment bank functions. Clear logic. Your choice project financing is sound and 100% true. Financial assets include sharp thinking. All of these is the right choice. MPV will be positive if. Great job. Discounted cash flows justify initial investment is the accurate answer. Investment bank is a. Exactly. Not loan provider makes sense and it is right choice. IRDA stands for. Well picked. Insurance Regulatory Development Authority is the correct answer. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Good job. Your answer contact Narayan Changda works well here.